Haha, yes.
Yes, no.
Yes, it is time for podcast. Podcast of the voices from behind with the Evos that are two, and uh, we continue the tradition of looking at shit films for the next month.
But this was not a shit film,
It was pretty shit.
but it was a good type of shit. The
Oh no, it was a
best
good
kind of
type of
shit.
shit. I'm not even kidding. It was a good time. Uh, this is the podcast where every week we give movies to each other and then we talk about them the week after. Uh,
Yes,
yes, I am currently in Bulgaria.
I know. And you also had a birthday.
I had a
I know this
birthday.
because earlier today I logged into my Facebook to share a yearly reminder to a friend of mine for an awesome character that died.
Oh no.
No, an awesome character in Warhammer 40k that died. That kind of
Okay.
narrows it down. But I remember. So happy belated birthday, my friend.
Grazie mille. Uh, yeah, I had a birthday and I spent the whole weekend in like a drama seminar. Not even a seminar. You know how people do game jams?
So
This is that, but for theater. It was a pretty good time. Uh, and then I came here, and now I have to be stuck in quarantine or isolation for 2 weeks.
2 weeks is 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I'm currently just cringing at the political climate in the country, but that's common grounds in Bulgaria, so to speak.
Common grounds anywhere at this point.
Yeah, it's pretty cringe at the moment. There was a protest earlier, like I would say
Oh,
around a couple hours ago. There was a double protest.
what were they protesting? The
One was
inability to
supporting
vote
the
in
prime
Georgia?
minister, one was supporting the president. Bearing in mind, the prime minister and his committee
Hmm.
managed to get Bulgaria into the European trade zone, which means that the left is now a stable currency. You know, and the
Wait.
banks are finally going to
Who,
work proper.
who is supporting Boyko? What? Why would you?
There was a double protest. One was supporting Boyko, and one was supporting the president, who was calling Boyko a mafioso.
Well,
While Boyko
he
was
is
just
one.
while Boyko was just going, I just want us to shake hands and celebrate this occasion. But
But Boyko is one. I mean, he got fucking caught on fucking camera sleeping with a fat stack of fucking cash and a pistol next to his bed.
I don't know. I honestly, at this point, I don't really
Did you
care.
miss that part? I
I
guess you missed
honestly
that.
don't care anymore. But
No one ever
What
cares.
did you do this week?
Oh, I played a bunch of fucking Persona. I've almost finished my first playthrough on the game, and I have to do New Game Plus.
Jesus, that's a
Uh,
long ass game. How'd you get like?
oh, because I have played the game before, so I kind of know what the fuck I was supposed to do. I have like 42 hours on it at this point,
Right.
and I'm currently trying to get as many social links maxed as possible before I start my second playthrough. And the most important one I needed to do was the Empress, because the Empress is on the second playthrough is actually cheesable because you already have everything necessary. But to do the Empress, you need to grind levels for you to get it.
Right.
And since the personas themselves are in your compendium and it carries on for your new game plus, you only need to get the levels, not everything else, because everything else can take a fucking while to do. So you get an
Okay.
easy one.
Yeah.
And I've been having fun doing that. I also installed PR Boom on my PC, and I can't get it to run the way I want it to run.
What's PR
That
Boo?
it's Doom. It's not a total conversion mode. It's a emulator for Doom that keeps it close to the DOS version as possible. But here's the issue. I mean, I haven't played Doom with only keyboard in like fucking 20 years or so, even more. So I'm trying to get it to work with a mouse, but it has this awkward thing on the where you when you turn, you actually move with the mouse, so your mouse is basically movement and turning as well.
Yeah, it's got strafing enabled with it.
Yeah, but I can't seem to get it to switch off.
Yeah, I tried to do that with Chocolate Doom and it didn't switch off at first, so I just went to GZ Doom instead because it's supported better.
Well, no, it isn't because that's not the original way to do it. So I've been looking through the forums and shit. I actually went to the fucking Kaku Demon Awards and I checked that shit out. It's fucking hilarious. There's a bunch of amazing
Does
mods,
it?
and what?
Well, because it's close to DOS, does it still run at 35 FPS then?
No, because it's limited removed a lot of points. Because here's the thing: GZ Doom has still compatibility set to OpenGL, which is something you should never fucking do, and I fucking
Okay.
hate it. And the other ones like Chocolate Doom and PR Doom actually keep it as close as possible to DOS, and you have the options to actually change your experience of Doom, including fixing all of bugs.
Right.
No clipping bugs on the fucking Mancubus missiles, because of course those things have fucking no clips, and enable and disabling the limit of lost source per level, which is fucking important, especially because I tried to play Sunlust again. You haven't tried playing Sunlust? You haven't tried playing Sunlust. You
Oh,
should play
I've
Sunlust.
looked at it. I've looked it up, and yeah, that's not doesn't look like a great time.
It's a great time. It's actually pretty. It's Here's the thing. Like I said last time, when they said that Doom Eternal is a combat puzzle like it's never seen before, you're wrong. Because a lot of the levels, especially later in the game, have a lot of puzzle elements to it, and they're done amazingly. Like this is something that I have rarely seen, but it's actual puzzles in an FPS that do not destroy the experience itself. There's
Okay.
also secrets that are fucking platforming, and you know my opinion on Doom platforming. I just
Doesn't matter which Doom
no,
it is, it's still not great.
it's fucking shit. I mean, but those are at least secrets, so you don't really have
Yeah.
to go for them. And not like in Eternal when you have to actually fucking platform the whole fucking game. I just fuck that shit. I hate it. The thing is, plenty of amazing concepts through the years in Doom mods have been developed. There is this mode called Valiant. It's another mega wad, and map 7, I think, is called the Mancubian Candidate.
Right.
Jokes aside, there is this one Mancubus in the entire level, and for the majority of it, you have to keep it alive.
Oh, you have to like escort it or something, or
No, no, no. Oh no, it's gonna shoot you. I mean, it's a fucking enemy. It's always gonna shoot you. No, you have to keep it alive for almost the whole level, and you go through these arenas where you have to dodge Mancubus missiles and a lot of other fucking shit. This changes your fucking gameplay drastically. Like even infighting isn't always the solution here. You have to be actually careful. It changes everything, and it's
okay.
done brilliantly. The arenas are interesting because now you have a different aspect to it, and the game becomes even better. I don't particularly like the Valiant as a whole, because from what I've seen, but I do appreciate the fact that they have taken a really unique concept and made it actually pretty fun.
Made it work.
No, no, they didn't just make it. They made it fun because you can make everything fucking work. In Sunless, there is this infamous level which I forgot which one it is. I think it was like 25, maybe. Give me a second. I'll just double check this shit. Uh, so Star Wars. This not God Machine. God Machine is another one that we don't talk about much. No, God damn it. Oh, I think it was 16. Map 16. Let me just double check. Yes. No, it's not 16. Was it 27? Some. My friend Desino, where are you?
Help me, this, you know.
Yes, Big Papa Desino. Mm. And I remember seeing the first time the level, and I was fucking lost as what the fuck I was supposed to do. And I saw someone beat it, and I understood it. I was like, this is genius. Was it Perspicuous? No, no, that's 32. Not Lost Antiques. Oh, The Womb. It's 17. Actually, I did say 17, didn't I?
I forgot.
Yeah, it's called The Womb.
Okay.
It's it's a level and a half. It's
Oh.
honestly a fucking amazing level with actual Doom puzzles in it. A difficult one at that, not
Huh.
an easy one. And when you figure it out and when you beat the game, you have this sense of accomplishment. Like you actually, and you can't really cheese it because that's the point.
Yeah,
But this
like he
sense of
actually made the effort to get it to work.
yes, and and the game technically shows you that you can't really go for the usual BFG blast all the enemies because you don't have the fucking ammunition, especially not
Yeah.
early on. Early on you have nothing, and they fucking swarm you. You have your fucking plethora of Hell Knights and Hell Barons, so good luck with that one. And fucking Archvals behind them, so doubly good luck on that one. And it is a very specific way you should beat it properly because you don't have the ammunition, you don't have anything to deal with it. It's fucking genius. It's genuinely just genius. You need to
Sounds
be
like
observant.
a decent time.
You should try it. It's a great level. I mean, you can also try God Machine.
Is that another level or is that WAD?
No, that's the last level of Sunlust. Map 30,
Ah,
technically, without the 2 secret levels, which I don't count. Because they're also good. But you should try the God Machine. I especially
okay.
want to see you get to the fucking cathedral area.
You just want me
Because
to
that
suffer. That's all you want. You just want me to fucking suffer.
you need to get good.
Get good at the Doom.
Get good at anything.
Yeah.
Stop playing games on normal. Fucking plebeian.
But I like playing games on normal.
I only like FPS always on the last difficulty, otherwise it's pointless.
Yeah, try playing Call of Duty 4 on the last one where every
I
single
have.
encounter becomes a fucking clown car unless you move forward.
I have. Because the fucking game is designed stupidly. You just need to run from one checkpoint to another
Yeah,
checkpoint.
you don't even need to kill people in that game. You can just run forward.
Because that's the point. It just works that way.
Silly is what it is.
It's dumb. I
Yeah.
fucking hate Call of Duty games because of that. Kinda ruined everything.
Yeah, did you watch any films?
I think I did actually. Let me just double check. Outside of the movie for today, which
Go
is
over the list. Yeah.
let me just double check. I think I watched some shit, but I can't. No. I don't remember this one, so I probably fell asleep on it, but I'm pretty sure I watched it. I watched The Grave Encounters 1.
I mean that's not a bad film.
Mm.
It's
It's
not
actually pretty
great,
good.
but it's not bad.
I think it's actually pretty good. I think that the second one is much better.
Eh,
It's kind of meta. I watched Warva from 2005. It's
that
kind of
sounds like
fucking
a
hilarious.
shitty B movie.
Yeah, it is. It's not even bad. It's just kind of funny. What else? I tried watching The Night Flyer, which didn't go well.
The Night Flyer. What's the Night
Yeah,
Flyer?
something not good.
The Night Flyer. So I'm doing this with one hand, so because I'm holding my mic with the other. The Night Flyer, also known as Stephen King's The Night Flyer, is 1997 American horror film. Blah 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 blah.
It's not good.
Well, it's got Miguel Ferrer in it.
Just let me just double check if this is the same Night Flyer we're talking about, just in case. 1997, yeah.
Yeah, a reporter is on the trail of a vampiric murderer who travels by plane.
Yeah, it's
Oh
not
no.
great. It's not great. It's a coked up Stephen King level shit. Like Tommy Knockers.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
level of movie.
That level of what the hell is this? Why is it here? And what's going on?
It's not the worst Stephen King adaptation I've seen. I've seen plenty fucking worse. And no, I don't mean Langoliers. Langoliers is actually pretty fine until the fucking review of the Langoliers themselves. Surprisingly.
Scaring the little girl.
Oh, little girl. Yeah. Actually, I didn't mind that. I was kind of I was into that part. But no, the suspense that was built up across the movie was pretty decent for the most part.
Yeah, apart from the like overacting, but that's I feel like that's a given for every Stephen King film.
Well, here's the thing: it kind of makes them more watchable because you kind of expect it. You also expect the fucking Stephen King cameo.
Yeah.
He's like the poor man's version of Stan Lee. And I'm okay with that. It's like, but I think that what killed the actual movie was the review of the fucking Angola. Even I was a small child when I watched it. I was like,
and you
what
saw
the
that
fuck is this?
horrific CGI of amorphous blobs with teeth.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is this? He just killed everything. Like, he could have not even fucking shot him. It'd be fine. You could have just chipped it out and showed the person's reaction and overacting of the fucking horror he's facing.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that. I don't think it's gonna be great, but I don't. What fucking out was just like, ugh. It's the same thing as a
show don't
shitty.
tell.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's like that shitty movie, uh, with Sandra Bullock, the one where you can't see.
Bird Box.
Yeah, I mean, I still get it when they didn't show it, but because they didn't look great, but you know,
Doesn't make it a good film though.
it doesn't. But I still appreciate that part because if they actually reveal that,
Yeah.
it should be a detriment. But I do understand why they should have shown it because there is a difference. In the first movie in Langolias, they didn't know about the Langolias up until the end. So it's fine for you not showing it, but in Bird Box, we fucking knew something was going on,
Yeah,
and it
you
just made
knew
no
it's a
sense.
monster. There was no mystery behind it.
Yeah, because Langolias played out like a really, really
It played like an
mediocre level
episode of the
to Twilight
Twilight
Zone.
Zone. Yeah.
Mediocre one, and I think I've actually
Yeah.
seen some. There was at least two of them that I can think that were kind of like that.
People being stuck in like a time loop or something. Yeah, there's been a few.
Oh, yeah, and they were carried solely on the acting,
Yeah.
which still, I mean, but there were no monsters, if I remember correctly, that were there to just eat them up. And here, it's like in the last couple of seconds, you're like, yeah, you know, this time that's in between, like before the second actually passes, or some the way they explain in Langolas, yeah, well, it has to be eaten and destroyed because it has to technically pass through. I was like, okay, sure, I'll buy it. I'll buy
You
it.
know what
What?
this movie's missing? Horrible looking monsters.
Yeah, but in Bird Box, you talk about it all the fucking time. Just please show us something that's decent.
Well, or don't show the original design because the original design is the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's just a
Yeah,
giant. It's just a giant baby.
yeah,
Get it? Because she doesn't want to be a mother. Ha 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 ha.
which was fucking hilarious. Because let's be fair here, all of it is just why the fuck is what's the point of this?
Yeah. It's a shit film.
No, none. It's just like she never actually comes. She never even talks about it. It's never even there. It's just it's so
She
fucking
doesn't
far
want to
removed.
be a mother though.
Yeah, but where was it shown?
She's
Nowhere.
she's reluctant because children.
In the first 5 minutes of the movie, like
Yeah.
what the fuck is the point of that? Like it's not even a plot point. I guess they were planning on actually doing it, but when they saw that the monster was not gonna work, they were like, "Yeah, fuck it, let's do something else. We'll just
Yep.
keep this shit. We can't really reshoot at this point." It's just
Stupid is
bad.
what it is. Yeah.
Um,
It's pretty shit.
I mean, I've been reading and shit. That's about it.
Okay.
And so how was your flight back home?
Well, first of all, I bought a new microphone.
Yeah.
As you may be able to tell through the quality increase in my voice. But you know the recording that we did last week
Mm-hmm.
and how everything was fine? I even got Desi to check in on the recording to say, hey, everything's fine. You guys sound good.
Yeah.
I went back over it afterwards and it sounded like shit. Not you, but me. My end sounded like it was clipping all the way through the recording. And that was that old microphone because that thing never worked. Like, you know how I was telling you about my drivers being screwed?
Yeah.
It wasn't the drivers, it was the microphone. It was constantly
Okay.
clipping or not clipping, or sometimes it was too loud, sometimes it wasn't loud at all. So I thought, screw it, I'm just going to go splurge on a nice mic. And I did that. So now I have this beautiful thing. It's a Rode Mini for those that care. Yeah, it's a NT-USB Mini.
Okay.
It's
That's
a
good.
really, really nice microphone. It weighs
Anything
a ton.
else?
I spent the week shopping for before I went home, and there were no buses running to Edinburgh Airport, so I had to go there in the middle, like at midnight, to spend the night at the airport.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to the Ryanair bay where you have to check in.
Oh, you were doing a me moment.
And guess what I noticed? The first thing I went up there, it was a shitload of Bulgarians already waiting. The flight wasn't until 7 in the morning.
Well, yeah, because most of us just
Not
what the
just
fuck.
any Bulgarians. the very special kind of Bulgarian,
Oh,
the one that's been on a summer work brigade and thinks they own the world type of Bulgarians.
oh, wait. Still, but we guess still going. What the fuck?
Yeah, people still do that. The ones that
No, I
were,
mean in this fucking political climate in the
yep, yep,
South
yep. The
culture.
ones that were apparently spent the summer picking up berries and raspberries and strawberries and acted like the world was their oyster and they owned the entire airport. By that I mean it was a bunch of them that it was at least 12 that had taken up so much space. So I moved myself away from them. And then later on, when it came closer to the check-in being open to leave my bag, I actually got in front of all of them somehow and was one of the first out of the gate, onward to go wait to see where we're going to board.
Hmm.
And I sat down with my mask on, obviously, because you're supposed to wear it all the time. And I sat down near the big monitor to one, wait for Krispy Kreme to open, and two, wait to see where we're going to board. And obviously they all came a running, so to speak, and they all sat down around me, which was the most awkward thing ever. And boy, did I hear so many stories about people working on the farms and how Scotland is such a shitty country because all the houses are gray. Why are all the houses gray? I worked as a cleaner in a mansion in Germany last year, and it was so beautiful.
Probably because a mansion and house are two completely different things.
Yeah, I don't think they realized. Then they talked about how, right, Ryanair introduced a policy that you're supposed to have a certain size of bag, otherwise you have to pay extra. And this woman apparently got in an argument with him about the size of her bag and blah blah blah. Apparently, another woman got scammed by a Romanian person who sold her the ticket, but it wasn't actually a ticket, and she didn't get on the plane, even even though she acted like all gung ho, like, oh, I'm gonna get on the plane because I got a ticket that was sold to me for cheap. No, she paid actually. Apparently, she actually paid more than she should have, and she got scammed out of it. And then she was like, I can buy a ticket. I can. The guys on the plane were like, well, the reservation is made, but it's not been paid, so you can still buy the ticket if you want, which she offered to do. But she only had cash because obviously we're Bulgarian. No, can't be spending on my card or I will get scammed. And obviously nobody in the UK is taking cash right now because it's, viruses and you can only use card. And the most amazing Bulgarian sort of phrase was uttered, which was "Kvato država." What country is this where they don't take cash payments, even though it's stated everywhere on every single kiosk that cash is not available? Like the little like turrets, the little machines that measure the weight of your luggage, the ones that you can pay and you can like see how much your suitcase weighs. These two dipshits went up to it.
Hmm.
It says card only. The cash slot, the where you put notes in, has been taped off. Guess what they started doing? They started putting coins in the cash slot where it specifically says card only, and then they're like, "This place fucking sucks." But yeah, I heard many a story about people working on the strawberries and about trying to argue with flight attendants and whatnot in Bulgarian, even though nobody there understood them, and they didn't understand English, obviously. But right, how many people are retarded nowadays that we got on the flight, we were all on the plane, everybody sat down, and there's still Bulgarians going, "Oh, these fucking masks, they fucking suck. What do you mean I have to distance myself?" So then it was a good the flight was delayed a good 10 minutes because people were not sitting in the right seats. Bulgarians
Oh, oh,
specifically,
classic.
they were going, even though it says what seat you're on the ticket, they were going to get to window seats. Somebody even protested by saying, "What do you mean I'm on 11B? That means I can't look out the window." So yeah, I kind of wanted to die not even halfway through. But yeah, then I landed, signed my thing that I have to spend 2 weeks in lockdown, got home yesterday, and I went to sleep at 11 o'clock. And now it's half 11. So yesterday at this time I was dead because I hadn't slept and. But I'm getting fed with Bulgarian food, so I'm happy. But apart from that, I'm not done that much else, apart from cringing severely from Bulgarian peoples. Um, I watched this movie that we're going to talk about later. Just like finished watching about 45 minutes ago. That's about it. I've not really done much else, honestly, because I thought I have a lot more. Yeah, I bought a bunch of guitar stuff and I've upgraded my guitar, but it still needs a bit of work because it's not great. But shall we get to some news?
Sure. By the way, I'm leaving you something in the Discord. Do not read it right now. I want you to read it afterwards,
After
so
we're
we can have
done?
a laugh.
Okay.
So you can have a laugh.
Okay. Oh, something
It's,
we've. Oh,
do not read it right now. Do not. It's just how should I
okay.
put it?
Oh God, it's a chat excerpt. I'll look at it after we're done. Yeah. Okay. I'm not even
There
gonna.
is plenty more of this.
I've just seen who's involved. Okay, I'm not even gonna look anymore. Um,
Trust me. Until today, we had a fucking laugh at this point.
we're gonna laugh. Good. Right.
I just couldn't help myself. I
News. Oh yeah,
uh, Ennio
the
Morricone passed
transition
away.
the transition that I cannot find. Yeah, Eddie Morricone passed away, unfortunately.
Mm, he had a long and fruitful life.
Yes, one of the greatest movie score composers of all time passed away. But he was pretty old as well, so I'm not even gonna, say, oh, gone too soon. I just hope he passed away peacefully. That's all I care about.
Didn't he come back to do music for the Hateful Eight?
Yes, he did.
Uh,
And I think he helped out with the the magnificent, the new Magnificent Seven as well. Or
maybe.
feel like he might have been an advisor for it or something like that.
Nah, I think they just took his precious from him.
Yeah, probably. Well, a bunch of trailers dropped this week. The Umbrella Academy is one of them for season 2.
This shit show. Okay, I'll give it another take of it.
Yeah, another season 2 dropped, and it was The Boys season 2.
Yeah, I still haven't watched season one. Probably
Watch
won't.
season 1.
Nah, I've read already the
It's
comics.
really good.
I've read the comics. I know that it's toned down.
Yeah. No, obviously it's going to get toned down, but it's still great. Yeah, season 2 looks even dumber than season 1, so I'm totally up for it. And another trailer is we got the teaser for the latest Halloween film,
Oh
Halloween
yeah.
Kills, which is the direct continuation of the last one we got. And the trailer picks up exactly after they leave the burning house while they're on the back of the truck.
Yeah, that's normal. That's what happened in Halloween 2 after 1.
Yeah, except you know how we got the teaser at the end of the new Halloween that Mike Myers is alive?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the reason why he's alive is the trailer is basically all the three ladies are in the back of the truck, and they see the EMTs and the sirens and the police drive past, and all we have is uh, I forget her name. What's the lady's name? Uh, Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah, Lori screaming, "Just let him burn, let him burn," and that's how the trailer ends. That's literally it. It's 30 seconds.
I want you to read this last passage though, the one I've posted, literally on the bottom.
Uh,
Oof.
I'm not gonna comment on that one bit.
Yeah, this was one of those days where they just said that I was like dumbfounded. Just what the fuck was that?
Yeah, what the hell am I looking at? But yeah, that's. I'm looking forward to the new Halloween film. I enjoyed
Yeah,
the last one
no,
quite a bit, so I'm looking forward to this one and seeing what dumb shenanigans they get up to now.
have you seen any of your friends before? By the way, I forgot to ask.
Any of my friends? Well, no, I'm in isolation, aren't I?
Well, they can always go under your window so they can drink beer, and you can drink beer on top of it
I'm
and
on
be
the top
fine.
floor.
Who gives a shit? Remember when we were kids? We didn't
Yeah.
have teles, so it's like telephones
Telephone.
and and shit. So everybody just started ringing the buzzers like, "Can he come down and play with
Just yeah,
us?"
or you're just screaming at at the top of your
Mm.
lungs outside.
Good times, bro. Good times.
Very good times.
Children will never know about this.
No, they're not. They will never understand what it's like to be a millennial. uh, but yeah, if you found any news,
Uh, oh yeah. Guess which game is gonna be released next year?
Cyberpunk,
No,
huh?
Shadow Warrior 3.
Ooh, okay,
I just saw that yesterday. I was like, oh, hello, motherfucker.
good.
And it looks almost as good as I remember it.
Well, is it gonna be still? Let me Google this real quick. Can't type Shadow Warrior 3.
Yeah, you can. I think you can pre-order it now.
Oh,
I'm not
there's a
sure.
full-on trailer. Hold on, let me mute this
Oh
tab so I
yeah,
can add this to
to
the
the oh
news.
yeah. Sorry, to the oh yeah.
Add it to the oh yeah, add it to Mr. Wang. Ready for some Wang? I'm not being racist. That's what he sounds like in the game. Oh, and
Mhm.
Devolver's gonna publish it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, okay, okay. There's a teaser. It's 2.5 minutes. Well, 2 minutes, and I just saw wall running and punching monsters in the face. Just yes. That's all I have to say about this. Is a big old yes.
Yeah, if people haven't played the new Shadow Wars, they're pretty good games. You should try them out. They're currently on sale.
They capture the essence of the originals quite well for what they are. But yeah, today was literally the first time I
I'm
switched on the
holding
laptop.
Stevie on this one. There is a lot of pandering in the new ones,
Obviously,
but I get it, so I don't mind it. Like the
there's
game is
gonna be
still good.
pandering. So
I personally prefer the second game over the first one, but
fair enough.
funny man, Jesus.
Yeah. So last week you gave me
And a half.
a film known as Bite Night, which up until halfway through I wasn't sure if it was taking itself seriously or not.
So here is my take on it. Because unlike most shit movies that I've been showing you lately, this one actually had a coherent plot.
No, this one was kind of easy to follow, so
It had a
it
coherent
was
plot.
structured like a film.
It was actually like a story. So I think it was halfway through. So the actors, most of them have only this movie to the credit. So we're not off to a good start, but that's
Yeah.
fine by me. But here's the thing: it's like they kind of went with trying to make a serious movie because there is a serious plot in here.
About
But halfway through,
vampires and wanting to
the
suck the blood of these kids from an orphanage because it tastes the best. That is literally the plot.
no, because there's the subplots of corporate vampires versus homegrown vampires, the fucking equilibrium of shit, some fucking hidden parts. Like there is actual fucking story in here,
Yeah,
legitimate story. There are some twists. There are some character development. There is something in there that at least shows that they cared enough to try and make something good.
yeah, to
But
sort
halfway
of
through,
create, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah,
halfway through they were like, you know what? Our actors are not great, so let's just make it a campy as fuck. So that's why I have your fucking mayor called Player. It's Mayor Player. I I actually fucking lost
Speaking
it.
of campiness and weird names, the evil vampire that looks like Jack White.
Yeah, this is the only movie he's been in.
What is his name?
Oh, I don't think it's ever mentioned.
No, it is. It's mentioned a bunch of times,
Wait,
and I for
just
the at
check
first I heard it
I'm
completely wrong. Okay. Also, this
just check
movie is fully available on YouTube.
new movie is amazing. It's just
So
genuinely fun. I can't even hate it.
hold on,
There's
hold
nothing to hate about it.
on. His name, the Capoeira vamp, of course.
Oh yeah, the capoeira. Because no fucking at this point, no fun movie does not have some out of place combat scene. You remember?
Which
Oh,
one?
what was
Two
the
front
two
teeth.
front teeth? Yeah, the two front teeth with the
Yeah.
fucking fight between Closferatu and Santa Claus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So
I
this guy's
I think
name,
that's a pattern. Yep.
is Count Vagula.
Oh no. So Count Fangulus. Or how I
No,
pronounce it.
it's
Count
Vagula.
Fangu. Oh,
Vagula is literally his name. Do you know what I
eh,
heard it as the first time?
well.
With a big old F at the front. And I was very conflicted. But then it turned out it was
Wait,
really.
in the MDB it was Count Fangulo.
No,
I
it's
checked it
Vagula.
because I.
I'm looking
Huh,
at it right now, yeah.
so weird. Count Fangulo. Mm, For the horrible accent, I'm sorry, but it's kind of.
Fangulo. Yeah, it's a shit film about these, like, again, we get our first act out the way with magical powers
Oh
and
no, it was Father Fangulo. Father Fangulo.
the new uh, sheriff coming to town, first acting like he doesn't know what vampires are, then he acts like he knows what they are, and then again he acts like they're not. He doesn't know. It's a little confusing, but then uh, we get this little 20-minute bit with the vampires watching TV.
Oh, I genuinely kind of found that really funny.
And they're watching this late night talk show where this lady gets quote unquote real vampires to guest on her show. And it's a bad show, and everybody's kind of skimpily, even the hostess is skimpily dressed. That shirt is barely holding on.
I think it's I think I've only heard about these shows because I've never seen them because we never got them. Especially in the 80s, they were really parodied, like the late
Yeah.
night horror movies were with what was her name? It's always been parodied.
Vaporella?
I think so, something like that. The big titty golf guffer,
Oh no, it's
literally.
oh god, what's her name? It's not Vampirella, because Vampirella is an actual character.
I
Uh,
She was in Fright Night, I think.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah. I'm
sure.
just trying to think of right 80s female horror, not horror icons. What's her fucking name? Because I know for a fact that she has a name. And it's leading me to a Pinterest site. Of course it is. Uh, no, this is just actual. This is actual ladies that have been in films. No, who was she? I forget her name, but yeah, it's a show, and she invites people to the show, and they're all supposedly vampires, and they do the thing where they're straight up, going around and they're tippity tapping and they're interviewing the vampires, so to speak. And then then we cut to these infomercials with a bunch of other vampires that
That
do.
shit was fucking hilarious. Come on.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. And then there's constantly these sexy vampires that are they have their tits out almost, and they're talking about uh Elvira.
Oh yeah, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm scrolling through this. I didn't even see her name, but I just realized it's
yeah.
called
So
Elvira with
yeah,
a massive with a
sorry.
massive hair.
It's funny because I only remember her as Big Titty Golf Guffer, the original one.
Well, can you blame? I can't blame you for that at all. Everybody wishes.
I'm,
Everybody
eh.
wishes for one.
Although her contribution to the fucking horror genre is fucking massive, can never be overstated.
Oh yeah, she's one of the gateways for back in the day for even for girls to get into horror. So like, look at this
Yeah,
cool lady
yeah,
doing this.
she was in Vampira the movie.
Yes, Elvira. But yeah, then we have these. Then we get to these scantily clad vampire girls who are touching each other up and whatnot. And then we cut to this bit later on in the show where the two vampire girls are saying, we do whatever we want. And then they just get in their underwear. And it's this very awkward sort of scene where they're just touching each other, but they're not really. And they're in their underwears. And it's just, when you're looking at it and you're like, this is supposed to be sexy, but you don't feel good looking at it. You're like, these two actresses seem very, very, very uncomfortable doing this. But yeah, it was confusing at best. But then we have to get back to the plot. So the corporate vampires plan to usurp the vampires in the town because they want to take over the orphanage to make it a hospital.
Yeah. Which is apparently on top of a fucking gateway that's also a seal and some shit.
It's a gateway that's stopping vampires from coming in. So how the hell did the main big vampire at the end come into the orphanage even though there was still the seal?
I don't know. No one said it's actual fucking because the plot was good. I said there was genuine plot in there. There's just genuine ideas.
How did
There was
Jack
no good.
White say to the two samurai girls, "I am your father," and then they believed him?
Okay, so here's the thing, because they're basically halves, because they're half vampires, half humans, and that's why they're fighting.
Oh yeah, all the girls are called Vangels
Yeah, because the
with a
vampire
Z
angel,
at the end, not the S.
Of course. I mean, you have to be edgy. This is the 2000s.
Oh yeah, obviously 2006. Even though it looks like it's made in the 90s.
Well, I don't fucking. Oh, but the fucking effects though. Mwah! Just
Top-notch special effects.
I want to
Action
point
movie
out
essentials, explosions.
the moment I knew that this movie was gonna be great is when the fucking pastor stops
When
Jack White.
the priest at the start just
power of love.
blasts him with a fucking lens flare.
Yeah, and it goes, "This is the power of love." I should have filled with motherfucker.
Also,
Just,
that
I knew that this was the moment. I was like,
initially, I thought that was a setup for something later.
So did I, actually, not gonna
But
lie.
then I realized I was giving this movie way too much credit, so it wasn't a setup for anything. So there's this weird doctor in this film, and it turns out that
Dr. Danger. Sorry,
Dr. Danger, yes.
for a moment there I was gonna say, first name Dick. Dick Danger. Dick Danger Esquire.
ESQ. It turns out that he's the kid from the start of the film whose parents get taken.
Yeah, but this was revealed so fucking early on. It's kind of pointless
Yeah.
mentioning it. It wasn't even kept as a secret, which I appreciate.
But it's weird though, because at first he's a weirdo, then he isn't, and then he talks about how.
Oh no! The moment I saw, yes, blood was taken from the victim.
Yeah, and then
How much? All of it except this. I was like, oh my god, what the fuck is this?
I was like, what's going on? Yeah, it gets like all around sniffing the blood. I'm like, what the fuck is this? What's going on?
I was like, what the fuck is this? This is too good.
And then they inject the sheriff with blood to help this other girl.
No. It is a serum that was created by Dr. Danger, and only the blood of people who are not the residents of San Gwen.
But technically, he is a resident because his granddad used to work there.
Yeah, but he has not spent the whole life of him. I don't know. It's just something that happened, and
then he trips. He starts tripping.
Although when he just goes behind the curtain and appears in fucking is like, let's suck some blood.
That was funny as hell because it's literally like a and he's out in fucking doctor's clothes. I'm like, is this a comedy? What the fuck am I watching?
I think it's both because they kind of knew that the movie was gonna be shit, so at least they had fun making a kind of a B tier B
yeah,
movie.
But you can only polish a turd so much.
Oh, you see, they have fucking dissolve cuts for every fucking death. Come on, dissolve cuts. How can you be serious?
Yeah, the very first time you see a vampire die, it's like a Jedi in fucking Star Wars. Just.
It's not even that. In the beginning of the movie, when Jack White just retreats, he fucking dissolves. I'm like, oh, this is
that type of movie.
Yeah, this is the movie. Like I knew what the fuck I was getting into.
But yeah,
and
anyway,
then I don't even hate it. This is just fun.
They have the massive showdown on supposed bite night, which is once a year, but it's random.
Even I was like, what the fuck is this? Because here's the thing: the sheriff, whose name is Sheriff Butter.
No, it's not butter because they make the joke a bunch of times where they say, "I can't believe it's not butter," and
No,
they play a funny sound effect in the background.
no. Here's the thing. It's credited the Sheriff Butter in IMDb. His name is actually Butter. Don't ask me
Uh,
why.
yeah,
So
but they say, "I can't believe it's not butter," and then they play the sound effect.
I think it's a different Butter they were thinking of, but that's just speculation. Because there is actually credited as Sheriff Butter in
Whatever.
IMDb. I don't know. And he raises an actually valid question. If it's once a night, why don't you just fucking stay indoors and just let this go? Oh no, it's random. We don't know when it's gonna be. Wait, I was like,
Just
you
stay
know,
inside. They can't get in. They're not allowed in unless you invite them.
I well, here's the thing. Have you seen the remake of Fright Night with Colin?
With Colin Farrell, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in there he actually made a very valid point. He just blew up the fucking house,
Yep.
and he just went in like
Not
it's
enough
fair.
film that.
It's actually pretty decent. I expected much worse.
I mean, it's not
And I was
great,
like,
but it's not bad.
yeah,
Again, I've
and I
said
was
that
like,
twice today.
and here's the thing, and that actually raises a valid point. It's like if you don't have a house because it's being blown up, what the fuck are you gonna do?
Yeah, you can't not tell him to,
And the way he was actually doing it, and he was getting women inside rental homes because they're not technically anyone's home, so he
Yep.
doesn't have a problem
Smart
going in.
vampire,
It's
that.
yeah, it's actually there's a fair degree of intelligence put in.
Well, if
Reminds
you
me of
think
that
about it,
other movie.
if you've been alive for 300 years, you should
You
know
should
how
have.
it works by now.
Yeah, and there is this other movie. I forgot the with the vampire hunters and the vampires when they raised the really fucking valid question because usually when you fight vampires, it's always crosses and shit and garlic and
Yeah,
stuff. And it was like, what if it's a Muslim vampire? What if it's a Hindu vampire? What the fuck do you do there? And I think this was a oh god. And the guy was like, honestly, any fucking religious symbol works on them because it's still technically religion. So
yeah.
it doesn't matter. It's just like crosses the cheapest and fastest thing
Throw
we
the
can get.
Quran at them.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I appreciate it. That's actually quite smart. Well
Yeah, it makes
written.
sense. Yeah,
Yeah, crosses because you can technically put two fucking sticks next to together and make a fucking cross.
yeah. Vampires kind of
You know,
suck.
yeah, they do. And this is the type of shit that actually makes me wonder that people who actually make vampire movies at least have a lot of insider knowledge and can make them well. And and this movie showed that they have at least some idea of what to do because it's like, oh, this is once a night. Why don't we just hide at some point? We don't know when it's gonna be because it's always random. And like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. That actually makes sense.
Yeah, for the one a year thing. But so we have the massive showdown where they do kung fu, and Jack
Oh
White
no,
gets
no, it's sorry. They do Campo, Kung Fu, and Capoeira, and you have
yeah,
this black vampire named Morpheus, some shit
who
like
is
that.
he's like the main guy from he's the assassin man
And
from the corporate ones.
he sounds like how should you put those uh congregations in America, the ones who uh
Well,
movies.
like a hyper preacher.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
the name.
from a
Yeah,
super
and
church.
he does the same fucking thing with the whole
Oh, I
hype up
swear to God.
oh,
Yeah.
and
We
they actually
gonna kill him on Friday night. Yeah.
and one of the guys goes like, "I see dead vampires," and actually plays the wah wah wah
Yeah.
sound. I was like, "What the fuck? What the fuck did this come from now?"
That came up, and I literally, because I was drawing as well, because I was bored out of my mind during while I was watching it, I had to look up at the film and be like, really? Really?
It's actually funny. It's just comedic timings are off, but it still makes it funny because you don't expect.
Yeah, because it's so pathetic. It's funny. But then they have the vampires fight the Vangels. Bearing in mind, the vampires know who the Vangels are, okay?
They will
Don't
know where they reside.
No, they know who they are as well because they just fought them. Do me a favor, remember that bit, okay? Remember it.
I mean, they also know where they reside. It's
Yeah,
common knowledge where they reside. Like, what the fuck?
but they know who the Vangels are because they also have day jobs and shit. Just remember that detail for me, okay? So
Okay.
then they, because Jack White is dead, the preacher vampire it was like, okay, now it's Fright Night, and there's a bunch of bikini babes in this bowling alley bit. Let's go kill him. Right. I'm not. I'm a bit of a dumbass sometimes, but then they walk in to kill the bikini babes, and it's clear it's the Vangels because it's the same girls from before. It's the same girls, and the vampires go, "We're gonna kill these," and they go, "No, you're not," and they shoot them with lens flares. It's like, how did you not know it was the same people? And then, as the vampires are running away, a bunch of dudes come in with machine guns, with some of the worst looking lens flares I've ever, not lens flares, gun flares I've ever seen in my life. And it's the funniest shit because they're all just, you know when people composite in bad special effects and the actors are trying to react to them because they don't know what's going to happen. That scene is the perfect example of that, and it's funny as hell. So apparently the vampires have walked into a trap set up by the people,
Mm-hmm.
and then the sheriff goes in with some other dude to trap the final vampires, and he kills them and tells the preacher to leave and never come back. And then he gets bit by the red-haired vampire, who I think that was the mother of the kid from the start.
Oh yeah, no, it is the mother. Because Jack White turns her into a vampire because
Yeah,
reasons. But
and
she's
then
also appears to be a vampire.
yeah, she's an angel as well somehow. And then she goes to fight the final boss, who's this the lady, the main lady vampire, who speaks with the worst German accent I've ever heard in my life, because it's so fucking forced. But they fight for a bit, and then she kills her, and they still open a hospital at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because you see, you need to have a up ending for this type of shit.
Well, the main vampire's dead, and this one got cured because she bit the sheriff, who somehow cured her.
And the
How?
sheriff just ascends to heaven because apparently he was an angel all along. Don't
Yeah,
ask me,
well,
man. Just don't ask me.
isn't it that the way he comes into the film through the same portal?
I honestly don't remember.
I
I,
forget,
s-
and I watched it not long
I,
ago.
I think that the moment that the mayor said that her name was Mayor Player, I just fucking lost it. I think I just was zoned out for a moment. I was like, oh
Yeah,
my fucking
and
god.
and usually in this type of film, there's usually one actor that's a standout as being a decent actor. There
To
isn't one in
be
this film.
fair, no, to be fair, I personally believe that the cheesy vampire is the best actor out of them because I think
Jack White.
he did it. Yeah, I think he did it on purpose.
He did a good job to do the whole vampire scowl and almost going bleh, when he was on screen. He
Yeah,
never went
yeah.
bleh, but I would have appreciated it if he did.
Mm.
Yeah, if you
Still,
want to watch a dumb, confused film, watch Bite Night. It's fully available
well,
on YouTube on the producer's channel, and it's an hour 45, so it's not too long.
I mean, it's a movie that I actually fucking put if I'm extremely bored and have fun with it because it's a good movie.
Yeah, I was both laughing and confused the whole way through, so I don't think it has a dull moment. Even the dull moments are kind of funny.
Dull moments are dull moments for the dull sake of dull moments. Dull
Yeah,
moments.
the bit with the TV thing carried on for a bit too long. I feel like that dragged out.
Well, I guess they were making fun of the like the 80s and 90s
Yeah,
infomercials.
but it just still carried on for too long. It kept cutting back to the sheriff going, "What's going on with all the vampire programming?" Like, you live in a vampire infested town, you should know about this, but
You know, it's funny because I think that this kind of set up a precursor for what's the name of that shitty fucking True Blood.
yeah, but wasn't True Blood out around that time?
Well, it's 2006. I'm actually not sure. I don't think so.
Let's
I
have a
think it
look.
came out in 2011.
No, it came out before that because I was in the UK by 2008, 2014. Okay, fair enough.
Okay, fair enough. I think, uh, and I mean, it's not that the True Blood actually took inspiration from this shit, but
Yeah,
it kind of has a lot of comparisons when it comes to how the mainstream treated vampires in this movie and the way they were treated in True Blood before they became, so well known.
yeah,
It's kind of interesting. Though True Blood has a lot of fucking other issues,
fair
which
enough.
I actually was thinking about binging True Blood again and just laugh my ass off.
First couple seasons are actually pretty good, and then it just goes to
Actually, the
shit.
first, the funny thing is, I think that the first couple of seasons are the worst. I can explain to you why. Because the same shit. Oh, Suki. Oh, the dark-haired vampire whose name I don't remember. And afterwards, when Suki and the rest of them just become fucking pointless, the supporting cast become the most important ones, and they have the more interesting stories. Like the shapeshifter guy from the bar. He has some interesting stories and interactions.
Yeah, the shapeshifter actually has the best
Good.
side line, and he even gets a pretty good redemption at the end where he turns into
Well,
the bison and kills the.
but he also that's like season 2.
Yes.
Suki's brother has also amazing fucking story
Who's
when
played by
he
an Aussie, by the way. The
genuinely
guy
just
who plays him is an Aussie, and he pulls
yeah.
off the accent perfectly.
And I think that actually the supporting cast got the better. Lafayette, I fucking love Lafayette.
Oh,
If you don't
actually,
remember,
that's a
that's the
really good point. Yeah, all the supporting guys got better stories than Bill and Sucky.
yeah, Bill was his name. And also Bill dies at some point. Fucking
That comes
Skarsgård.
back.
I just don't fucking care
Even
about it.
Skarsgård, his mentor, the guy that turned him, he gets a really good redemption as well, where he
All
burns
of
away
them
into the
do.
sun. Yeah.
Yeah, but his mentor is also a little child, so don't ask me about that part. Who was apparently there for fucking Christ's crucifixion. I
Yeah.
don't know. But here's the thing, I just for the most part, I was actually more focused on what the side characters were doing rather than fucking sucking her bullshit powers.
Sucky
And
was
Bill's
annoying, to be honest.
fucking
Yeah.
they're all annoying from the main cast. It's just that the side characters had the best stories. They had the most progression.
Yeah, kids, go watch True Love for the side plot. That's actually a really good point.
It's kind of funny because the same shit happened in what was the other that show with the two brothers? I fucking forget it. The Supernatural, yeah. At some point,
Supernatural.
Here's the thing: I've watched most of the seasons,
I
not all of
watched
them.
up
Most.
until halfway through season 5 and I gave up.
I fucking hate the fucking dynamic between the two brothers because it's the same tired fucking shit
I
every
love you
fucking.
too, but things.
One of them dies at the end and gets resurrected at the beginning of the new season. It's the
And
same
he
thing.
gets
One of them
resurrected as an asshole as well.
Oh, not always, but this is just like, oh, he may have forgotten, oh, he's an asshole, oh, he's corrupted, all this, all that. But in the end, it's like when you separate these two people and you take care of the side characters still more interesting. Because mostly because you don't get oversaturated with the same shit
Yeah,
and they actually
fucking
get to have
Crowley
progression.
in
Crowley,
in
fucking
uh,
love Crowley.
in Supernatural
Uh,
stole the show every time.
well, it's not only him, it's also the grizzled old man who was helping them, whose name I forgot because I'm an
Billy?
idiot.
Wasn't it Billy?
I don't remember. Because I haven't seen Supernatural in like 5 years. I don't fucking remember. Give me a second, I'll check it out. Supernatural. Okay, IMDb. Where are you, IMDb? 15 fucking years.
Yeah, it
It's
ended
actually
last
pretty.
year, didn't it?
I'm not even sure it did at this point. I'm actually pretty amazing. Castillo was also fun to watch.
Yeah, all the side characters in Supernatural are pretty fun.
No, I mean Castillo's for fucking no Bobby. His name was Bobby. Bobby was
Oh,
amazing.
Bobby, yeah.
Yeah, Lucifer was played really fucking well by Mark Pellegrino. Like, this is a lot of things that I fucking genuinely enjoy about this shit, and sucks because you know,
Yeah.
I got such a fucking big dose of Sam Winchester and Dean Winchester. I just couldn't watch it anymore. I always argue about this with Vesco because Vesco has kept up to it. As I said, like the last couple of seasons were actually genuinely good, and something actually fucking happens
I
in there. I
feel
was
like
like,
it ran out of steam halfway through season 5, honestly.
well, kinda. I think I remember the one with the primordial ones. That was the worst thing I've ever seen. I think that actually broke a lot of people.
Yeah, don't
That was
forget it's a
genuinely
CW
bad.
show as well, so they have to insert a bunch of dumb shit in it too.
No, because every season has to follow a main bad guy villain type of
Yeah.
people who make a problem. So the primordials were so big, they were so powerful that God couldn't destroy them, so he locked them up. So Sam and Dean Winchester just fucking destroyed them in less than 2 seasons. They look fucking horrible.
Yeah, and they were played by
Don't ask.
dudes for the
No,
most
no, no.
part.
They weren't dudes. They were just these shape-shifting lizards. If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Exactly.
when Dean became fucking son of Cain or had the mark of Cain on him, that was fun. It's just when the both brothers were not interacting with each other and they had the
Yeah,
different
one of the best episodes is when Dean is death for a day.
Hmm.
And it's a really good episode.
I think that the later seasons, out of those flavor, most of the week type of episodes were the best. I remember the black and white episode. I fucking love that one,
The
which
the
was
the one
basically
that's
classic
the
monsters.
Twilight Zone episode, or the one where it's where they're
Classic
stuck in a
monsters.
sitcom.
No, they were classic monsters that were
Yeah,
fighting. Yeah, I think I fucking love that one the most.
all the tribute episodes are great, but a lot of it
Hmm.
is still like the Monster of the Week stuff was fun, but then when you got to the main bad guy's back, you just kind of groan. You're like, oh, why? Just
Just
why?
fucking use your bullshit and just get out of
Yeah.
it.
Suddenly they forget how to do the things. I'm like, you've been doing the things all season. How did you forget that? Anyway, seeing as how we're continuing the tradition of shit films,
Hmm.
I recently watched the thing. I actually watched it before the flight. Are
Okay.
you aware of the Death Wish films?
Rings a bell. Let me just double check if it's
You're
the one I.
watching Death Wish 3 for next week. Not 1, not 2, but 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 3 honestly is an absolute delight because it's so schlocky and so 80s. And there's toupees, and there's random explosions, and there's action that it's not warranted, and there's a man shooting people and nobody shoots at him. It's something else, I'll tell you.
Oh, it's Charles Bronson. So, hey, I wish I was dead.
Yeah, you should just no, Death Wish 3 for next week is the film.
I don't know which one I'll give you afterwards.
Good. I thought about something else, but no, Death Wish 3 is the one that we're watching for next week.
Yeah, I actually have two movies I can give you.
Oh god.
I wonder which ones.
See
No,
how it goes.
you already know that I have like fucking 10,000 movies in my
Yeah, you've got
line.
like a fucking backlog.
Oh yeah, you know it's funny. At one point during the University of Salford, I actually started backlogging bad movies.
Just writing them down.
Yeah, I had an actual program with a list of all the shit movies I was able to find.
Fucking spreadsheet with bad films.
Yeah, yeah, no, genuinely I had that.
Uh,
There's a
fair
lot of
enough.
fucking stinkers in there, but some of them were actual fucking hidden treasures. Much like this movie. This movie is an actual treasure. Because no matter how bad it is, you cannot bring yourself to hate it. It's just you watch in amazement and you're filled with joy about the fucking campy bullshit about it.
Yeah, good
It's
point.
just it's not like Alien Beasts level bad where they're just confused and
No,
bored
Alien
and
Beast is just shit. It's
yeah,
incompetent.
but this had actual competence about it. Fucking cheese level acting that's just so fucking hammy that I think that words cannot describe it, but it works. Because in the end,
Somehow.
it's still yeah, because it's a coherent story to begin with, and as
Relatively.
actual coherent. Let's just go with coherent. You know,
Yeah.
vampires try to suck blood. There is a war going on between corporate vampires, the homegrown vampires, and the people try to fight back. You know,
Yeah, it's just
standard.
explained poorly. That's about it.
Yeah. Well, it's not amazing story. It's not groundbreaking. It's not
Yeah.
anything, but it's a story that you understand immediately. You know what the fuck's gonna go about, and that's fine. Alien Beast didn't have that. Alien Beast was a it was about an
Security
alien
camera
that was
destroyed in Sector 3.
yeah, it
Security
was
camera
about
destroyed
an
in Sector
alien
3.
beast that was actually like a robot, and the CIA was hunting it down in this house for some reason. But then I don't know. It's just this is one of those I don't know.
It's just stupid at the end of the day. Very, very stupid.
It's genuinely one of the worst movies I've seen
Yeah.
on a technical level, not just on any other level, on a technical level purely. Because I've seen movies that are just worse for other reasons. I remember seeing this Canadian movie, which I can't recall for the love of me. It was about in the far future, people are having these virtual realities where they're hunting game because all of the natural forests and shit got destroyed. And this is as far as I
Okay.
remember in the movie. It is genuine shit, just genuine shit, complete with fucking worst effects. But you know, this is like the movie is like circa 2007, I think.
Oh, yeah, the peak of special effects was.
Yeah, you already know how bad this CGI is
Yeah.
gonna be when I say 2007. It's like I think it's around that time, but I'm probably wrong because I haven't been able to recall anything besides it, and I just don't want to fucking Google it. I just
Yeah, fair
do
enough.
not. And I remember watching it in 20 minutes. I was beyond fucking confused. I was bored, and it's actually worse than Alien Beast because Alien Beast is incompetence. This is everything.
Yeah.
From a bad story to bad fucking to a ecological fucking message, which you already know I fucking hated movies. The only one I actually liked was Film Gully, but then again, I was a small child when I watched it, so
Everybody
you know.
likes Ferngully for some reason.
Mostly because we were all children when we watched it.
Yeah, that's true.
That is this, because it's the same as Mrs. Doubtfire. I actually liked Mrs. Doubtfire, but I liked it when I was a child. I tried rewatching it a couple years ago, and I did not enjoy a
The
single thing about it.
best thing that ever came out about Miss Doubtfire is the trailer that where they recut it as a horror film.
It is a horror film. It has fucking Robin Williams in it.
Essentially, yeah. Anyway,
Which I'll go on the record and say Robin Williams is actually not a good comedian in movies, but his stand-ups are actually good.
the stand-ups
So
are
do not,
fucking great. Offensive as
yeah,
hell, but they're great.
probably because that's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
Did you watch, by the way, the cynical drinker's opinion on The Last of Us?
No, again, I've been in like internet lockdown. I've not looked at anything over the last week, honestly. I've been like doing other shit, but I'll have a look at
Do
it.
watch that. Do watch that. I understand why people genuinely prefer his stand-ups, and you understand why I dislike the Robin Williams film career so much. Because I can name only like 5 movies that I actually liked him in, and none of them are comedies. None
Which
of them. That's
ones?
how Society of Dead Poets, mostly
Obviously.
because he was again a supporting character. I want to point this out. The best work is him being a supporting character.
Much
Death
like
to
Good Will
Scrooge,
Hunting.
Good Will Hunting, and those are, he again in those 3 movies he's a support character and he does his job brilliantly. The Good Morning Vietnam movie is one of his better acting movies, but I don't particularly like it.
Yeah, he's the hopeful comedic relief in that film.
It has a political tone to it, which I do understand it. I do agree with most of the things that was said during that movie, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fair enough.
Which other movies? Because I kind of forgot them. I need double check this shit.
It's all right. We can do.
I actually like him in Jumanji.
He's great in Jumanji. Jumanji's a
Yeah.
great film. It's a good
And I
film.
want to point out again, he was a supporting character in that whole movie.
It was the kids that were the main characters.
I'm not going to talk about his work in animations like the Genie in Aladdin, mostly because I think that's kind of a. Even if you say that you liked him there, again, he was a supporting character. He's not a main character type of an actor.
Yep.
And Cadillac Man, though. Oh. No, it's a difficult one.
We'll see. Anyway, have you got anything else to say, sir?
Just stay safe. Guess that's the best of it.
Yeah, stay safe. Well, this has been the Voice from Behind podcast, episode 76. What?
Wait. Me and Poseidon are thinking about starting to play Dota 2 for the lulz.
Join us.
I mean, you do know I haven't played Dota 2 in like fucking 15 years.
I
Last
know.
time I played.
Let me know,
So-
and I will jump in a game. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, this has been Voice from Behind. Thanks for listening, watching, tuning in. Find us on Spotify, YouTube, Deezer, Facebook, and Apple Podcasts. And follow me on Instagram. It's in the description somewhere. And ask questions about the podcast so we can answer them. Okay. Stay safe. I will play music now because I have to read a chat after this is done. We'll see how that's going to go. Yeet.
Oh, don't trust me. I will give